Alright, today we'll be showing you how to disassemble and reassemble a 500, 590, or an 835 trigger assembly. Now if you have already disassembled this and you're stuck, first of all, you probably shouldn't have in the first place. These can be pretty tricky to put back together, and there is an amazingly enough, very surprisingly to me, not very much on the internet about how to put these back together. Now there are some things that I would like to go through before I start disassembling it. This is your sear pin. This holds your sear spring and your sear. I recommend you absolutely do not remove this pin. If you have already, I will show you how to put it back together again. I'll show you how the spring goes in, but if not, don't. It can be a bear to get back in. This holds your hammer in, and we will be also removing this pin here. This is your trigger pin, and that will take all of this assembly out. So I'll just go ahead and get started. Pop this hammer pin out here. This pin can also be kind of a bear to get back in. With a little elbow grease, it'll go back in very fine. And this is your trigger pin right here. Now there are some very important things about removing this pin. First of all is that there's a spring directly in behind the pin, right in here. Be careful not to lose that spring. Now what I like to do is pop that first, because it makes the next process just a little more easier. Now, like I said, there's that spring. We have to be very careful that we don't lose that spring. Go ahead and pop that out of there. Put that down to the side. Now there's also a pin and a spring in here. Now you can access these two things from a pin right there. But I feel that it's not necessary at all. All I have to do is just pop that out from the front, and there you go. So we'll put all these up here. Make sure you don't lose anything. Next is your safety. This is your safety pin right here. Now, something very important about this pin is that there's an angled head on the top. Hopefully you can see that. That has to be angled out, or your safety won't work when it goes back together. Very important. And this is what we are left with at the moment. And this next step, quite honestly, in my opinion, if you can avoid it, that would be great, because it is kind of a bear to get back.